Hey everybody, it's been a little while since I posted a video because I've been on tour in New Zealand, so I just got back. There will be lots of footage of some of the concerts that I did there, waiting on that so I can get it edited, but wanted to talk today about triads again on the low strings. These are dispersed triads. They are in my book, Etudes You Can Use, but I want to talk about how useful they are and how to approach them. Check it out. I've talked about these before, and basically what we're going to do is look at each one of these triads in multiple fashions. They're going to be the chord that they are and also substitute for other chords. And I'm going to use a new tune from the new CD Planets that's called Boccaccio, which is basically just like a little Baroque tune. It's got these triads, so the one guitar part plays this arpeggiated line. Then it repeats and there's another line on top of that. But let's examine these chords. What are they called? Well, this is a C major. In this inversion here, I've talked about this in the book, you have the E string and the E string. So you do have that option to play the top E 2 octaves above the low E, but I'm playing this low string. So essentially the chord, even though it's got an E in the bass, it still sounds like a C. But when I go down here to the B flat, it has the qualities of a B flat, yes, but in the case of this, because I'm resolving on this chord here, which is an A minor, the C in the bass, you could call this chord D minor. And it's got a D minor with a natural 6. If you play D minor 6, it'd be this. But it resolves here on this, which it sounds like it's basically going down either B flat or some kind of D minor, and then going here to C again, although it's A minor. Now then we follow the same thing, because this inversion here is A minor, G minor, but in this case it does sound like a B flat. And then we resolve on A7. And then back up here has a D minor quality to it, the C, and then here G. Then again, that as a C, but it's still A minor. Now we've got G minor, F. Now the F minor could be an A flat. We go to C. And you can suspend it here as well. So just by looking at these chords, and I've talked about it with comping in specific tunes, like we had this for Bluesette as the B flat. Other tunes as well for that one chord. So you always want to try to get to know these triad shapes, especially down on the low strings, because they're not as available to a lot of guitar players as they should be. They're kind of elusive, but the good way to do it is to understand the dispersed or open triads that are basically built from the root on the 4th string. You're going to have this 5th interval, and then you're going to add the 3rd down here or up here. In the case of this. Now when I B flat, A minor, G minor, F, F minor, C. I also had this, and you can easily go to the dominant 7. This essentially does some nice motion, and by going to these, you see that you have a tritone, which will give you the dominant, and then your root is down here. But again, the root for these chords, other than playing that dominant shape, is always going to be on this string here, but we can superimpose the 3rd as the root note. If you want to say this is a C6, you can do that. If you want to say that's a B flat 6, you can do that. Or if you want to say this is a D minor with a natural 6, you can do that as well. So And they're effective too. You're walking the blues up. I talked about that recently. Now there I just did major triads. You can also do the diminished if you want to in between, because that would give you that half step. It's good vehicles to use, and again, there's so much to explore with these things. I highly recommend just looking at them. They're in my book. They're in my Etudes You Can Use book. Even though the etudes are playing one note at a time, the shapes are there. Or I have the tune Boccaccio, and I do have a PDF for this. I'll be happy to send it to you. I have both lines written out for the tune, so it's a good study in this as well. And I'll see you next time.